when you have a son in the hospital, 8 days later, we have what's known as a Bris, right? Which is the ritual circumcision of the baby's penis. And it's the reason why ours is a little smaller than other people's, right? And what the bris is done by a professional known as a moil, right? And moil is the Hebrew word for pedophile. And so we had to find this moil to do it, which was not very obvious how to do. I'm like, where do you find moils? And someone said, well, you go ask someone at a hospital, you might want a doctor to do it. And I'm like, at first I thought that was a good idea, but I don't know if I want a moil as a doctor, because if they already have a full-time job, then what's the circumcision part? Their passion? I don't know. That's just crazy. I want someone who's look, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Okay? Not every other weekend, it's the best. This is why I went to med school. No, that grosses me out. But other people, I kid you not, did recommend that you could find a moil on Instagram, which to me is insane, okay? Because I don't really want to mess up my algorithm. Searching for, baby penises and stuff like that, it's so sensitive. And now, a lot of the men in here, you sir, you have an Instagram, right? Oh, no? He has a TikTok. Anyone here, you have an Instagram? Okay, so you understand, right? When you go on an explore page, every man's cell phone on Instagram will have one or two half-naked dancing women. This is right. These are the factory setting basics. Okay, this is how the phone comes, and it's such a delicate balance. If you even hover over her page, or just barely send her a few messages, all of a sudden it's out of my hands. It's not in my control at all. Anyway, so we didn't find the moil like that. We found one regular, and what's tough is the doctor, they ask you right away, so are you going to get a circumcision? And we say, well, no, we're going to wait for a bris. And they're like, are you sure it's included for free? And that brings up a Jewish panic, oh God, no. They're like, are you sure? Do you trust the science? I'm like, look, I trust the science. I just don't want to do it with a doctor in the hospital right here. I want to do it in front of my friends and family later. Yeah, and the one thing I didn't know about the circumcision stuff is the aftercare. And no one taught me about this or anything or warned me, but apparently, every day after the circumcision, twice a day pretty much, after every diaper change, you have to pull down the foreskin or else it grows back. Which is, insane. So, I'm basically having to pull down my son's penis's foreskin every day, twice a day, until he turns 12 years old. And did you know this? I don't know. At least that's what my dad told me. And now it's a thing, It's a thing, and I can't get hard without it. That's how I was raised.